I'm pleased to introduce to you our specifically designed lessons that are, have been built very much with cover supervisors, cover teachers in mind, especially those that maybe are not specialists. So at the moment we're rolling out our maths provision. And we're hoping to have a variety of different lessons so that you've got a selection should you find yourself in a position of needing a cover lesson. Again, our lessons will start with an opening scene, and then your teacher can click through and display some starter questions. There's also a printable version of these if they wish to hand them out to the students. Most of these will enable a teacher to click through and have an interactive a way of answering those questions. So again, just trying to bring the class in and get to know you, as it were. So for instance, this one you can display on an interactive whiteboard or project it, and perhaps ask some students to have a guess at which would be the most accurate. This one's incorrect, and really we're looking for this answer down here. Again, we can then move on from the different starter questions, and then you have got a selection of things from the main menu. So we have a link to a YouTube video that's specific to the lesson. Those are around 3 to 5 minutes long and sort of introduce the concepts that they will cover during the lesson. We also have a step-by-step guide. I think this one will take it to probability steps. And if the teacher doesn't wish to read them out, there is always the option to play some audio and again, just sort of talk students through them if you wish to have that option. And then of course there will be the student questions. Again, these are all made available and printable should you wish to print them out in advance. So as you can see, this is a probability related question. So again, if you maybe want to break up the lessons so that you're covering a few parts, and perhaps you've got multiple lessons where you know you're going to be absent, you may wish to break down and maybe do practice one, etc. I'm just going to click on practice one for a second to show you the layout here. Now you can see if you click on each question, you can see the answer. If you maybe wanted all the students to work through the answers, you can click this I button here for a quick reveal. That will reveal all answers at once. And if there's anything specific to the way that we'd like these answers, so it says where needed round to 3 decimal places or leave as a fraction, those are the instructions therefore for the students, and we can just remove that once we're ready. So again, you can display this or you can print these out for your students, but there is a specific demonstration for any...
Let's consider a simple example involving flipping 2 fair coins.
So for any specific worksheet, okay, so it's much more focused on the sorts of questions that are being displayed at that time. So again, it's usually 2 to 3 minutes long, and it just will help focus in on the skills they need for that particular set of questions. And then, as I said, you can click as a teacher, so if you're not a maths specialist, it's okay, because they can click on a question and they can see that question displayed and explained for them. Okay, and again, as I said, if we were looking for just you have a go at the questions and then I'll quickly display the answers, if we press this button here, you can see that we have those options. If I click forward, I'll be just taken to the next worksheet. At any point I can go back to the YouTube video, or I can go on to the step-by-step instructions as we saw before. In this case, there's usually 3 or 4 sheets of worksheets, questions to go through, and then there's often a plenary exercise. Again, quite often that's interactive to encourage students to come up and take part in their lesson. Again, these are usually quite intuitive, but there will be instructions. So this is click the correct statement. So for instance, these resources will work with a whiteboard. Yes, they will. Activities are intuitive and user-friendly. Yes, they are. They're just like any other resource. I don't really think so, so I'd hope that was false. They're not designed to be teacher led. Well, actually, they are. They're designed for a teacher to be leading a lesson, but that teacher, as you can see, that the strain of having to be a specialist in this area has been taken off them. They take a lot of time to plan. No, they always follow the same format, and they are ready for you. And the resources are built with means of participation built in. Yes, so obviously what's expected of the students at any one point is written for you. At that point, there's also generally 2 or 3 questions, again, just trying to check the student's understanding. These are designed for the whole class to do, and then perhaps you would select a student to come up and have a go at one of those questions. So in this case, we would click this one, and then if there's not a submit button, we're looking for this tick in the corner, and you can see there this is the correct answer. At the end of any one of our lessons, there's always a happiness survey, so you can either get a show of hands, or you could just ask a student or 2 to come up and rate how they feel about the content they've covered. Okay. Anyway, that's our Cover Me Mathematics courses resources, and I hope that they are of use to you.